Stephen A's Knicks getting it done in double overtime. They're beating the Celtics. Tell me this. Who do you think is going to make more noise in the East? The Knicks, the Bulls, or the C's?
Molly, before I answer this,
okay,
I want Stephen A to understand that this answer does not mean that the other teams cannot have success. But in terms of more noise, and you know I'm a part of the pre- and post-game show with the Knicks, so I'm watching this team closely. More noise, expectations, exceeding expectations, I got to go with the Chicago Bulls. I know. Did you hear my preface, though?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen,
Go ahead.
there is the Knicks are in a beautiful position. I think that they are building on what we saw from last year, but when you look at the addition of Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, the core has shifted just a bit, and those are two guys who do not necessarily hang their hat on the defensive end of the ball, which was their calling card last year as they looked to build upon last year's success. When I look at the Chicago team, for some reason, I feel that DeMar DeRozan does not get the credit that he still deserves. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's a four-time All-Star, two-time NBA guy, 20 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, or something around those around that range in terms of rebounds and assists. Very productive. You add Vucevic, who I love some three-point shooting, a guy that has shot 38% or better in the last 3 seasons, including notching over 40% from behind the arc. Zach LaVine continues to take the next step. And I just think the addition of Lonzo Ball as a distributor and facilitator, someone who lavishes in the role of getting everybody else going, but it still has to be respected as an offensive player in his own right. And I kind of think this is a little bit of a renaissance-ish for Billy Donovan when we think of the early success that he had with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I just think that that's the team that we're going to be like, oh, look, the Bulls trying to keep up with the Chicago Sky, the champions in the WNBA.
Well, they ain't going to pull that off.
Of course not.
Because Candace Parker, major props to you, my sister. Congratulations with your great self. Okay, and Quigley is no joke either. I can't forget about that. I really loved watching that game for it. It was really fun. I got to watch my tone because I know who I'm talking to, Molly. Let me tell you something about Miss Monica. Listen, let me tell you something about Monica, right? This girl knows what she's talking about.
Of course.
And she does a phenomenal job pregame, postgame. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, my friend.
Keep up the great work. We're going to disagree here.
Okay.
Let me tell you something right now, okay? You got to take depth into consideration. We ain't going to throw any shade on DeMar DeRozan. Here's the knock against DeMar DeRozan. 2 things. Number 1, he's not a great three-point shooter.
This is true.
And number 2, he wasn't Kawhi Leonard. If you really think about it, that's the only thing to say about DeMar DeRozan. When he was in Toronto, they were winning 58, 59 games a year. He was their off-guard playing alongside Kyle Lowry. He's a model citizen. He's a great player. He can put up buckets. He averaged better than 20 a game while he was there. The brother was an all-star. He's an impressive brother who deserves far more respect than we give him. No problem there.
Okay.
And I love me some Zach LaVine. I'm a huge Zach LaVine fan. Lonzo needs to be more assertive and aggressive, and I think his brother being in the NBA, showing out the way that he does, has forced Lonzo to become a bit more aggressive, and I've noticed that. Okay? I got 2 issues with Chicago.
Talk to me.
DeRozan and LaVine, can they play together? Because individually, they're big time. My issue is they're the same. And so when I look at them and I say, okay, can they do it? Neither is really a 3, even though you could play small ball in the NBA now, but neither is really a 3. They're both legitimately 2s. And although their game is somewhat different at the same time, can they play together? I need to see it to believe it.
Okay.
Number 2.
I'm listening.
Where's the depth? You gonna give me Alex Caruso? Is that what you're gonna give me? Nope. They ain't gonna cut it.
Okay.
They ain't gonna cut it. When we look at the Chicago Bulls, we're thinking about DeRozan, LaVine, Vucevic, and Lonzo Ball. That's what we're looking at. Everything else is a question mark. Are they gonna make the playoffs? I believe so. Are they going home in the first round? You're damn right they are. They ain't gonna meet the Knicks because neither of them are gonna be a top 4 seed, so they'll be playing somebody else, and the Bulls are gonna go home early, okay? But we're gonna give them their respect because LaVine and DeMar DeRozan can ball, and Vucevic can ball, and Lonzo Ball can ball. I know this. All I'm saying to you is when I look at them, and I think about an 82-game season, and I think about the monsters in the Eastern Conference, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami, can't ignore Atlanta and Philly, and of course the Knicks. And you look at Thibodeau and how he has these guys playing defensively. New York Knicks, #1 defense in the NBA. Against the field, against three-point shooting. #1, okay? #1 in points allowed. And they coming back. They ain't going to slide, Monica. They going to slide.
Stephen
I'm just telling you right now, It's the Knicks.
Listen.
It's the Knicks.
Listen, I am watching the Knicks closely. I expect a season in which they build upon last year. However, you talking about them defensive numbers? Oh, baby, get ready for the slide. Now, where you will see some improvement is their ability to score the basketball. What's that child? Evan Fournier is pure.
Wasn't
Threes?
that beautiful?
Oh, my God.
Did you see him? Did you see him?
However,
it was so special.
However,
it was nice.
However, and this is a tough cover for anybody in the league, so no disrespect to Evan Fournier. However, lit up by Jaylen Brown, and prior to, I believe, second quarter.
I can't believe
Listen to me.
that.
Second quarter, back-to-back steals. Did come up with a big-time play, a second overtime, excuse me, came up with a big-time play. However, if the identity of this squad was to hang their hat on defense, do I think R.J. Barrett will take the next step defensively? Yes. But for as much time as Fournier is going to stay on the floor, he's going to have to lock up on somebody.
Didn't I tell you? You see how she talks? You just see it? You see it, Molly? You see? She's so forceful.
Nice. You know what I love about you, honestly, I want to say is we've only met a couple times. Great analysis, but you have such great energy.
Thank you.
You really do.
Thanks, Molly.
She really does.
Thanks, Molly.
And even how she handed it to you, she did it so nicely.
First of all.
I need to go to break.
No, we're not going to.
You hear Sam
I know Monica is fantastic. You didn't have to add that before I gave my take. Okay, I know this. All right,
Monica, come back soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Molly. Thank you.
All I'm going to say to you
What's
is
up?
this. I get where you're coming from, but how dare you bring up Jaylen Brown? He'll do that to anybody.
I said it's a tough cover.
All right then. Everybody ain't Jaylen Brown?
Okay.
Everybody ain't Jaylen Brown?
What about the play that sent the game into overtime?
I know that. I didn't like that either.
All right.
The
We won't go
segment
there.
ended like 3 minutes ago.
We're done. Sorry.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.